Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to the Bluegrass Xfinity Series, the Butt Kicker 230 here at Auto Club. I'm here with BJ Duvall. 33 drivers have signed up tonight. BJ, it's going to be one heck of a race. We saw a great finish last night, and I expect the
Ab-
same here now, right? Tonight.
Absolutely. I can't wait for some more fantastic racing. Every race I've seen from this series so far has been amazing, and I can't wait to see another one.
Definitely, as we are fixing to roll over to iRacing, to the qualifying, and first coming on the track is Tony Stevens. Tony Stevens coming on the track right now in the 55 machine. That's a nice looking car, BJ.
It absolutely is. I feel like this league's going to become known for clean racing and great looking cars for too long.
Definitely, they got some sweet rides. Also, Chris Blanchard is on track. Brandon Robertson, Logan Smith, Adam Newbert, Doug Neal, Dustin Sluter, Adam Cantwell, and Tony Iverson, and Kenny Yance.
Several drivers out on track right now. I want to go over once again. I explained it a couple of weeks or last week at Talladega. This is single car qualifying, lone qualifier. So a lot of drivers are able to go out on track at the same time by themselves. They get the track all to themselves, but they're out there at the same time. So we'll see times coming down through very quickly all at once. And while we're waiting on those times to come down through, I want to explain the points for the stages real quick. They have the... Let me open my information here real fast so I don't mess up on you here. But we have one stage here tonight at lap 48. And at the end of the stage, the winner will get 10 points, and everybody behind him will go down by 1 point until we get down to 10th place, which will receive 1 point, and the winner of the stage will also get that one playoff, that very valuable playoff point.
We're looking on track car number 19. That's Chris Blanchard. He's currently 11th on the board. Tony Stevens on top of the chart with Doug Neal, Brandon Robertson, and
Chris Sluter.
there you go.
It is Chris, right?
Yeah.
No, Dustin Sluter.
Dustin Sluter. There you go. Tony Stevens now second. Chris Blanchard on top of the charts there. There is David Sheets in the 06. Wake Forest, North Carolina. Making his way on the track.
Times are still rolling in. Our top 5 now is Chris Blanchard, Tony Stevens, Doug Neal, Mo Abbott, and Logan Smith. Now it's going to knock Dustin Sluter down to 6th position.
Also coming on track, car number 29. That's Travis Twitty. Travis Twitty and car number 29 from Polk County, North Carolina.
Spent a little bit of time down in Polk County, North Carolina. It is it's a wonderful place. I love it in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a nice little state there. Also on track now, Gregory Carrico in car number 18.
While he is out there, we have a new quick time. Stephen Thomas beating out Chris Blanchard by 1/100th of a second with a 41.05.
Let's see. Stephen Thomas there on the track in car number 23. 19 cars have timed in. Justin Winters is on the track. And car number 7. You know that nice looking car there kind of reminds you of the like a Danica Kirkpatrick throwback thing, you know, back in the day, you know, with GoDaddy and that. Looks pretty neat. Like it.
It does. I think that's one of my favorite cars out there. Is we have another new quick time with a 40.99. That's going to be Adam Lancaster taking quick time.
Brad Deere on the track now from Warsaw, Indiana.
While we're looking at him, James Silvers takes second quick with a 41.04 out on the track.
James Silvers in that 33. He's from North Carolina. A lot of North Carolina guys.
Yeah, there are. You know, I feel like North Carolina is probably the racing capital itself of the U.S. Michael Robinson moving into fourth. That's going to make our top 5. Adam Lancaster, James Silver, Stephen Thomas, Michael Robinson, and Chris Blanchard. Our top 5 here in qualifying so far. You see Darius Boyd out on track right now. You know, Steve, something that I see that I didn't see as much of last night in the truck series. A lot of drivers running the high side here in qualifying. The middle to high side. And as we see Scott Fritz right there running up there at the top.
Scott Fritz in a 0-1 machine from Leonardtown,
Maryland.
Maryland.
He's close to me.
MD is Maryland?
Yep, he's actually fairly close to me. How about that?
Brett Nelson on the track still, waiting to put down the time. Brett Nelson, Darius Boyd, and Scott Fritz all on the track right now trying to qualify. Brad Neer in the 6th machine. He goes up to 7th quickest right now.
Nelson. I'm going to look into...
Scott Fritz, as we're waiting for him to put down his first time lap. 27 drivers have timed in. Scott Fritz goes 2nd quick, with Adam Lancaster on top of the charts right now. Brent Nelson in the 8 machine coming down the back straightaway. Brett Nelson coming down, fixing to put down his first time lap here. He goes 22nd quick. Now on the board, you see Jason Collins. Jason Collins in the 3 machine. Darius Boyd currently sitting 30th. Mo Abbott currently sitting 11th, but right now it's Adam Lancaster, Scott Fritz, James Silver, Stephen Thomas, Michael Robinson, Chris Blanchard, Tony Stevens, Brad Neer, Doug Neal, and Travis Twitty, your top 10 in qualifying. As Jason Collins will go 30th quick right now on the board. Brett Nelson will improve in the 8 machine. He goes up to 16th. Still left to qualify is Joey Doucette and Tyler Evans. And get up for your admins tonight, you know. Hey, Lee! In the admin booth.
So,
you know, God made me like, you know, Yeehaw, you know, what was that show? Like, oh,
Yeehaw.
Jason Collins. Yes, Yeehaw. Jason Collins goes up to quick time in number 3 machine, running a 40.98.
A blistering lap time. You know, sitting here looking at the top, looks like top 7, all really close in times. Jason Collins turning a 40.98. Adam Lancaster, a 40.99. Scott Fritz, a 41.04. James Silvers, a 41.05. Stephen Thomas, a 41.05 as well. Michael Robinson, a 41.06. Chris Blanchard, also a 41.06. You know, our times in these top 10 is extremely close, Steve. We're going to have a lot of action here tonight.
Oh, definitely. A lot of action, a lot of close racing. If it was anything like the truck race last night, it was very active in the get-go. A lot of 3, sometimes 4 wide racing. I mean, that was exciting. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is your results on the board for qualifying. We'll go over your top 10. Jason Collins, Adam Lancaster, Scott Fritz, James Silvers, Stephen Thomas, Michael Robinson, Chris Blanchard, Tony Stevens, Brad Neer, and Doug Neal. Rounds out your top 10. BJ, here's your starting grid for tonight's Butt Kicker 230. And on the pole, the Bluegrass Motorsports car number 3 is Jason Collins. And to his outside, Elite Motorsports car number 1 is Adam Lancaster.
Inside row number 2 from T-Berry Motorsports, that's going to be Scott Fritz in the 01. To his outside from Cornerstone Motorsports, it's the 33 of James Silvers.
Row number 3 in car number 23, it is Stephen Thomas. To his outside, the Empire Motorsports car number 88 is Michael Robinson.
For Misfits Motorsports, it's going to be Chris Blanchard in the 19, making up inside of row number 4. And to his outside from Highside Hustlers Motorsports, it's going to be Tony Stevens in the 55.
And row number 5 be Brad Neer in the Glove Box Motorsports car number 6. And to his outside, the Simbox Motorsports car number 77 is Doug Neal.
Inside row number 6 from Highside Hustlers, it's going to be Travis Twitty in the 29. To his outside, Color Teal Racing, Mo Abbott in the 48.
All right, rolling off 13th tonight from the Mid-South. Car number 85 is Logan Smith. And to his outside, the Glove Box Motorsports car number 15 is Dustin Sluter.
Inside row number 8, it's going to be Adam Newbert in the 17. To his outside, it's going to be Gregory Carrico in the 15. Carrico. I have that right down.
So rolled off 17th be Brett Nelson from the Plains in car number 8. To his outside from New England, car number 2 is Brandon Robertson.
From Sheets Racing, it's going to be David Sheets in the 06 on the inside of row number 10. To his outside from Pioneer Racing, it's going to be Bryce Hunter in the 9.
Rolling off 21st tonight, it'd be Justin Lumpkin in the 0X Motorsports car number 61. To his outside, the Funded Motorsports car number 4, Kenny Yance.
In 23rd, it's going to be Robbie Richards from the Carolinas in the 12 machine. To his outside, it's going to be from Elite Justin Winters in the 7.
Rolled off 25th tonight, it'd be Tony Iverson Auto Sports, car number 72. And to his outside, the 71. Rolling off 26th tonight, it'd be Mike Bryson.
27th from Lodo Racing, it's going to be Radburn Shutters in the 44. And to his outside is going to be Chris Lubergois. I'm going to figure that one out in the 83.
Rolled off tweet out to be Sean Kastritza. There we go. Adam Cantwell to his outside in car number 63.
31st and 32nd, that's going to be Darius Boyd in the 10 and Joey Doucette from Misfit Motorsports in the 16. And rounding up field is going to be Cornerstone Motorsports, Tyler Evans in 22nd.
All right, the lights are off. The pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down into pit road. The field is in the hands of Jason Collins. The green flag is waving. We're racing for the Butt Kicker 230. 115 laps, BJ. We're sure to see some great action as you see Collins takes the early race lead. And Scott Fritz in the second right now in 0-1, battling with Adam Lancaster. Look at the run that Lancaster gets off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
An absolutely incredible run here. You know, that's kind of indicative of what we saw a lot of times last night in the trucks. If you get that higher line, you absolutely rip off of the turns, as we see Jason Collins now right back to the inside of Lancaster coming to the line.
As you see right now, they're 3 wide, a little further back. That's 8th, 9th, and 10th on the board. And you saw a little bit of cars make contact with an outside wall coming out turn number 4. But right now, Jason Collins leading the field out of turn number 2. Coming down the back straightaway, but Adam Lancaster with a run. And I can tell you this, there is carnage on the track with Radburn Shutters and Robbie Richards. And we're still green flag racing.
That's right, we stay green flag, and that number 12 machine of Robbie Richards, man, that car has got some smoke flying off of it. He's going to be in trouble now.
Well, Lancaster, your race leader right now with the 3 of Jason Collins pulling up behind him. As you see now going into turn number 1, Collins will look down to the low side. That must be where his car's handling the best at right now. James Silver's in that 3rd spot with Scott Fritz and Stephen Thomas. Also the 6 battling with the 23. That's Brad Neer. Brad Neer in the 6 machine looking to the inside. He will take over that 5th position. Now pulls alongside the 0-1 of Scott Fritz. BJ, they are putting one heck of a show on tonight.
They absolutely are. A lot of juking and jiving already in the first, not even 5 laps yet, Steve, of this race. Everybody diving down to the inside, shooting up high, trying to get the run off the corner or get the run into the corner on the inside. All depends on where these drivers are more comfortable right now, and they are going for it all right now.
Right now, Scott Fritz still under attack by Brad Neer. Brad Neer to 0-6, looking to the inside. We got more carnage down low. They save it. Heading back onto the track. That looks like Brandon Robertson in the 2 machine involved in that. We're staying green on lap number 4 as Adam Lancaster continues to lead here at Auto Club.
You know, when drivers spin down towards the infield like that, they are off the racing surface, so iRacing will not throw a caution for it. I'm going back, taking a quick glance, see exactly what happened, to give you a little bit of insight. The 2 car and the 85 car of Logan Smith make contact. Looks like the 2 car comes up and clips the left rear corner of Logan Smith, turning them both down to the infield. So we get back to live racing action. We're on board right now with Jason Collins in the 3.
As you look, the track's a little bit shady right now, a little bit darker on there. You see Adam Lancaster, your race leader. James Silver's in that 3rd spot there. Brad Neer, Scott Fritz, Stephen Thomas. You can throw a blanket over him. Now look at Silver's looking to the inside of Jason Collins down the back straightaway. Also the 23, that's Stephen Thomas. He's on the inside of Fritz. They're trying to get that inside line working as they come out of the turn. Look at there, BJ. Isn't that view kind of pretty?
Gotta love these static cams. It's one of my favorite parts of the racing. And hey, Steve, what do you say we do a little as they do it in real life, the crank it up segment. Let's do a little mini crank it up as they come by this time.
Let's see. As you see the drivers coming across the start-finish line here. A lot of good racing going on as we're looking back off the back of Jason Collins' machine. Down this back straightaway, BJ. Most of the cars are single file, but you got a few that are out of line trying to make something work. You see some marks on the door of Jason Collins on that right-hand side Looked like he had some right-hand side romance going on at some point.
Yeah, my guess would be that Jason Collins got up and rubbed the wall a little bit as hard as he was pushing and running that very bottom. He's going to scrub his tires a little bit quicker than what other drivers are, such as that of our leader, Adam Lancaster. You see him up ahead just off the edge of your screen there, if I'm not mistaken. That was James Silvers. You see them running up high. They're saving their tires a little bit. It's not quite as rough down there, not quite as many G-forces on the car, so they're able to hold a little bit more speed as well. But they're able to save their tires a little bit. With this rough track, Jason Collins might have already scrubbed a good bit off his tires. You see him quickly falling back on the inside there by himself.
Jason Collins on the inside already falling back to 7th. He was your pole sitter tonight. As Adam Lancaster continues to lead with James Silvers in 2nd. Stephen Thomas, your top 3. Then you got Chris Blanchard and Scott Fritz, your top 5. Brad Neer, Doug Neal, Jason Collins, Travis Twitty, and Gregory Carrico rounds out your top 10.
As of right now, we're seeing shades of what we saw last night in the Truck Series with when Bobby Hall Jr. was pulling away from the field, Steve, up or running by himself in what used to be a very draft-heavy track. We're not seeing it as much tonight as Lancaster is out to almost a full second ahead of our second-place driver of James Silvers.
Well, you look at James Silvers. He was flirting really close to the outside wall when he came off of turn number 4. And he's losing ground to your race leader, what he was catching a little bit earlier. Stephen Thomas currently running 3rd. You see Chris Blanchard in 19th looking on the inside there. As Scott Fritz gets the run off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. A little further back, you see Travis Twitty in the 29. Jason Collins now in 9th. Gregory in 10th. Then you got Adam Newbert in the 17 machine. Curly sitting there in 11th spot with Kitty Yance there in 12th in the 4.
Fighting back on the inside. You saw it there. Jason Collins in the 3, trying for everything he's got to stay ahead of Carrico and stay in the top 10 here. He's just struggling. It seems like he's almost fighting that car, Steve, on the inside.
Yeah, he looks like he's fighting it a little bit, but, you know, Adam Lancaster last weekend, he was pretty strong at Talladega in that one machine. James Silvers in the 33, currently running 2nd. Stephen Thomas in the 23, currently running 3rd.
Stephen Thomas, one of our podium finishers at Talladega in the Cup Series, if I'm not mistaken. Coming in... actually, no, he was the winner, if I remember right. I have to go back and look.
Well, look at Tony Iverson. He has some damage in the rear of his car. That 72 machine looks like someone got in the back of him. He's balanced side by side with Darius Boyd. That's for 17th, 18th on the board. A little further back, you see Mike Bryson there in the 71 machine, and directly behind him is Tyler Stevens in the 22. But back up front, it's been Adam Lancaster's show as he comes down the front straightaway to complete lap number 13 of 115.
That's right, Adam Lancaster still out to the earlier race lead. James Silvers is starting to close that gap as it has gone from over a second down to just over half a second between him and the leader. You see 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there, all single filed out. The 19 car back there in 6th looks like he was just trying to take a look to the inside. Maybe doesn't quite like the high side as much as these 3. And here comes Scott Fritz looking to make it 2 for 2 here into turn number 3.
Scott Fritz looking to the inside of James Silvers. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway here. Fritz, oh, he almost cut off Stephen Thomas there.
Got extremely close right there. Realized where he was at and pulled back down. Almost wonder if he didn't have somebody in his ear going, no, don't do it.
The spotter cam, you know what? We're going to call that. That was a close one. That would have to be a Healy moment. Have to make that call to admin booth. And meanwhile, Adam Lancaster, your race leader, still a good battle. This is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And fifth on track. Oh, the 23, Stephen Thomas makes contact with the outside wall. Scott Fritz has to make abrasive action to get around and not get into him. Look at 19 of Chris Blanchard now. Looking to the inside of Stephen Thomas.
Yeah, it definitely opened up the door for Blanchard. Blanchard is diving to the inside, but the momentum has been in favor of the high side so far here tonight. As you see, Scott Fritz gets the run off the corner of the 19, still on the bottom side, struggling to fight back down the back straightaway.
You look currently running in 12th, the 88 machine of Michael Robinson there in the 88. The 3 of Jason Collins. He's fallen all the way back in 12th. He was your pole sitter tonight. Then you got Tony Stevens and Kenny Yonts. That is for 14th and 15th. David Sheets there. And it looks like Chris Blanchard coming to pit road. I wonder, is this scheduled, BJ?
It seems rather early to me, but he might be working on a different strategy to try to short pit ahead of other drivers. Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and find out and see what happens out of that machine here.
Scott Fritz now up to third, trying to chase down James Silvers in the 33, currently running second. Adam Lancaster, your race leader, but he better watch out because James Silvers is coming. You got to wonder, is Adam Lancaster trying to save a little bit here?
That is definitely a very good question. Adam Lancaster has seemingly backed off quite a bit, as not just second place from James Silvers caught up to him, but the entire line of traffic behind them. As you see, Chris Blanchard now coming out of the pits. He's down there on the apron. Now he's crossing the blend line. That's when he's allowed to move up onto the track after he crosses that blue cone. And I believe Daniel was able to see whether or not he got tires, fuel, exactly what was going on there.
Yeah, guys. So Chris, he got 4 Goodyears and Sunoco fuel. His strategy right now is to pit early. So maybe what we saw in the truck race last night is where the leader will lose fuel, and maybe he can go to the front.
Alrighty. That's Daniel, weekend race pit road reporter. As you look at James Silvers there, he made contact with the wall, allowed Scott Fritz to get around him. So Silvers down to third now, and look at Stephen Thomas putting heavy pressure on him as they exited the turn. You know, look at Gregory there in the 18 machine. He's up 10 spots, BJ, since the start of this race.
And he is putting on a show, going from 16th up to 6th right now, just slowly and meticulously working his way through this field. He's averaging right now 1 car every 2 laps, and you know, at these high speeds and this spread out field, that is pretty impressive.
Definitely some good racing going on as you look at the 0-1. On the inside line, looks like he's pitting. Daniel, what do you think is Scott going to do?
I think all the drivers, including Scott, are going to come down pit road. I did see this coming. They are going to get 4 Goodyears, and they're going to get Sunoco fuel. And they're doing this because when the stage ends, the people that pitted before the stage ends will go to the front, and the people that didn't pit and got stage points will have to pit under caution and will have to go to the rear.
Definitely. Scott Fritz, Stephen Thomas, Doug Dill, Michael Robinson, and Bryce Hunter, Tony Iverson, Tyler Evans, and Adam Cantwell all making pit stops. And now your race leader, Adam Lancaster, coming down pit road.
Leader Adam Lancaster taking down pit road. That's going to cycle the lead back to Adam Newport in the number 17 machine. He's going to take the lead away. You see a whole line of cars coming through pit road there. You know, we're just under halfway from the stage break. The stage break being at lap 48. So halfway would be the end of lap 24. These drivers are pitting just before that mark. I can't help but wonder if they're going to end up having to short pit in order to make it the rest of the stage, or if they're if they're going to be in good shape to make it. Back over to Daniel, see what his opinion is.
Yeah, I do think since they pitted right now, I believe that they might pit one last time if it's necessary. If there's a caution, they will probably come down pit road. I could see some drivers gambling, maybe not pit before the end of this stage, and maybe get stage points. But there is a risk that they could lose fuel, and that's also not a good decision because they will end up in the back and will have to work their way up through the field.
Well, right now, Joey Doucette is your race leader as he's coming down pit road. There is Brandon Robertson currently in second in that 2 machine. Looking like he's going to stay out and try to lead a lap.
You know, Steve, we saw this last night. Drivers that short pitted the first time and then tried to make it all the way to the end of the stage and running out of fuel right after the stage ended and not able to make it back to the pits, having to get a push from teammates.
Definitely. You look at Chris Blanchard now. He's currently in third spot. He made that early pit stop, went a lap down. Now he's up to third on the lead lap with Scott Fritz. He was in the first group make the early pit stop. Currently running in fourth as Joey Doucette is still sitting in pit road. Brad Neer in the top 5. Look at Adam Lancaster currently running fourth. Trying to chase down Scott Fritz. It looks like Brandon Robertson is coming down pit road. It is 2 machine. He is one of the last drivers to make a pit stop. He's going to hand it over. Looks like it might be Scott Fritz because he's closing in on Chris Blanchard in a hurry.
He absolutely is. Chris Blanchard running that lower side, which lower side, we've seen it work last night, but the high side seems tonight to be carrying the momentum. And now Scott Fritz is going to dive to the inside and try to get that run into the corner and see, almost like we see on the dirt track a lot of times, the slide job. I'm expecting to see out of Scott Fritz right here.
Scott Fritz in that 0-1 takes the race lead. Heading down the back straightaway. Blanchard will fall in line. Currently in third is Adam Lancaster. He led the first 22 laps. Then you got Brad Neer in fourth. James Silver's your top 5. Doug Neal, Stephen Thomas, Travis Twitty, Adam Newbert, Gregory Carrico, and then you got Jason Collins in 11th there.
Jason Collins, our pole starter. He's fallen back 10 positions outside the top 10. I thought maybe he was trying to save fuel and run a little bit longer, but he pitted right along with everybody else. And, you know, after falling back and then pitting and trying to get back out there, it just does not seem to be going his way just yet. We see Scott Fritz going down the back straightaway, pulling away from Chris Blanchard.
Well, Chris Blanchard in that second spot there, getting under attack by Adam Lancaster. He's coming on strong. Out of turn number 4, down this front straightaway. Lancaster on the outside, Blanchard on the inside there. Into turn number 1 there. Now look at Blanchard. I mean, Blanchard seems really good on the bottom, but on the X is the run the one has of Lancaster. Look at him out of turn number 2. That run down the back straightaways, he takes over second.
It's just so hard right now looking at it to beat that run off the high side. You've got to get up to the high side by the looks of it in order to have a fighting chance. As Lancaster is quickly running down the current race leader of Scott Fritz. He is looking to go back after it. As we see on screen now, the 18 of Gregory Carrico. He is quickly trying to work his way on back forward as he made a move there on Adam Newport.
Definitely, you know, I changed his last name. It's okay. He'll forgive me. But your top 10, look at Travis Twitty in 10th there. David Sheets currently running 11th. Oh, we got contact a little bit. That's the 15 of Dustin Sluter with Joey Doucette. They make contact. And that allows the 88 machine of Michael Robinson to pull alongside Dustin. BJ, that could have been treacherous.
It definitely could have. And, you know, I just look back at These drivers were gracious enough to us to give us a place where we can look and see how to pronounce their names, and we have both been butchering his name. It is Slider.
Slider, all right, Slider. There you go.
I was like, that one had a weird pronunciation for the way it's spelled. I think we're both doing it wrong.
Well, right now, your race leader is the 0-1 of Scott Fritz. Adam Lancaster closing up on him as they go into turn number 3. And you got to wonder, is Adam trying to go for it to get the stage win, or is he going to lay off a little bit, try to save a little bit?
You know, it definitely does not look right now like he's trying to save. And we see Scott Fritz move to the bottom side. Thought for a second that Scott Fritz was going to leave a line open for Lancaster. I feel like Lancaster is just going all out, and Fritz might be possibly maybe wanting to save on his tires a little bit and have a run towards the end of the stages we saw prior to those first pit stops. Lancaster was getting run down by, believe it was Silvers prior to those pit stops. You know, I'm almost wondering if Fritz didn't see that happening and is wanting to save his tires just a little bit to have the run there at the end to be able to chase after, Lancaster if Lancaster gets around him.
Well, you look at Fritz and Lancaster to get around the 48 machine of Mo Abbott. Mo Abbott going a lap down here. Logan Smith, he's on the lead lap. He's in 25th position in the 85 machine.
Another sharp looking ride there in the 85. Back up front, we're still watching this battle play out between Lancaster and Fritz. Fritz is going to the bottom side, trying to shorten the track a little bit on the front straightaway, maybe trying to get Lancaster out of the draft on the front straightaway as well. It's kind of a move we see at Pocono a lot. Extreme high-speed tracks, drivers will try to get the cars behind them off of the draft by diving to the inside straightaways and make the car behind, have to move around a little bit to try to keep up their speed.
Scott Fritz continues to lead with Lancaster in second, Near and Silvers and Neal, your top 5. As you look at these drivers coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Lap number 33, the drivers are on. Out of 115, it's the Butt Kicker 230 live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
As we are 5 to go when we cross the line to the end of the stage, Scott Fritz is now starting to pull away from Lancaster. Lancaster was pushing hard to get up to the back of Scott Fritz and then pushing hard, moving all over the track trying to get by Scott Fritz. I think he may have scrubbed his tires too much, pushing that car hard to get around Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz just stayed nice and smooth and stayed consistent throughout this entire run.
Well, Kenny Yance made another pit stop. He's currently sitting in 28th right now. But meanwhile, Scott Fritz trying to win this stage. Adam Lancaster, he led until his pit stop. He was strong in the first 22 laps. Now you got to think, is he just biding his time until the stage is up for that number 1 machine?
It's a very, very hard thing to guess on that one. I know if I was that close to the leader, I'd be going after that extra playoff point and as many points as possible. So I'd be going after it if I was Lancaster. But it almost looks to me as though Lancaster's at the point now that he can't do it, as we're looking now at the 17 machine back in 7th of Adam Newport as he is following Carrico through the field. Carrico back up to 6th place now.
Up 10 spots in the start of the race, Gregory is Stephen Thomas in 23 machine, currently in 8th. Chris Blanchard in 9th and David Sheets in 10th. Doug Neal coming down pit road to make a pit stop in that 77 machine right before the stage ends. You got to wonder. Now you look at Scott Fritz. Adam Lancaster closed up on him as he come down the back straightaway.
He has closed right back up on his back bumper. You see there, he looked like he was taking a peek to the inside of Scott Fritz. Fritz all the way up at the wall on the entry. Lancaster following. A lot of drivers getting ready to head down pit road now as the stage is coming to the end. Drivers trying to short pit so it'll cycle back around to them when the stage ends. This has put a lot of them in danger of going a lap down, Steve.
Oh. What just happened here? There we
I'm
go.
not entirely
It was like the camera just went off the pack. SDK had a thing on there. As you look at Scott Fritz continues to lead Adam Lancaster. Looking to the inside of Fritz. This is the battle for the lead on lap number 37.
At the end of lap number 37, we have the white flag of the stage. Lap, wait, was it 38 or was it 48? 48, wasn't it?
We're on lap number 38, BJ.
I know, I'm looking at stage. Stage was 48. Stage 48. They got 10 more to go here for the stage. So a lot of these drivers short pitting right now, trying to get those positions at the end of the stage. Lancaster right back on the heels of the leader once again of Scott Fritz.
I almost thought we was at two different racetracks watching two different races here as they come out of turn number 4. Scott Fritz continues to lead. There you see James Silvers and Brad Deere. They're battling side by side. That's for 3rd and 4th on the track right there. Good battle for there as Adam Newbert, Gregory, Stephen Thomas, and Chris Blanchard all make pit stops. A battle for your race lead still with Scott Fritz and Adam Lancaster. You know what, BJ? You got to wonder, are they just going for it now because they have to make a pit stop?
You know, that is a very good question. I'm not sure how that one's going to play out. We know they can run an average. I would say it's an average of 22 laps. Would be between 22 to 24 laps would be my guess on their fuel and tires before they have to pit. And Lancaster pitted on lap 22, so I'm expecting to see him pit again before the end of the stage, especially as hard as he has been running.
On lap number 40, look at Lancaster takes the lead out of turn number 2, heading down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz will close in on his hip pocket there as they have lap cars ahead that just came out of pit road. Right now, the Darius Boyd is on pit road. The top 15 are on the lead lap, 16 through 33rd, 1 lap down. There's
quite a...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I say quite a lot of drivers already a lap down early on in this race. It's going to be a lot of them looking for a free pass at the end of just from time to time. We are, as you can visibly see, we are working on it. We are trying to get things rolling. Technology does have its glitches from time to time.
So it's frozen on your screen too?
Mine's caught back up.
Alright, so we're just waiting for mine to catch back up. Something to do with the server there. So, we'll see. Is it still? Is it still BJ?
Yeah. Yeah, it's still rolling on mine.
All right. So we're going to do this real quick. We're going to take a quick commercial break, come right back, and get this unstuck here. So did yours have that hop too?
Discord said, because when I saw yours do that, I clicked over and mine was standing still too, but I could still hear cars. Are we muted right now?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to do a Discord pop-out so you have my screen and share that to the broadcast while you work on yours in the background.
Hold on. Oh, motherfucker. You said do what?
Do a Discord pop-out and show my screen.
I don't know how to do that. Hold on, is where? BJ, you got it.
Alright, so we are back rolling. We're still working on getting a few of our stuff back. One of those things including our overlays, but nearing the end of the stage, there we go. We got overlays back at the top of the screen, still working on getting everything caught back up. Pit road has officially closed. The driver's not able to come down pit road now, as our current race leader is Brandon Robertson in that 2 machine as the white flag waves on the stage. Brandon Robertson leading the way with Adam Lancaster behind him.
As you look at that 2 machine of Brandon Robertson, your race leader, coming down the back into turns, what, wanted to there. Actually,
Now
turn
coming,
number 4 coming to the stage win. Give it to Brandon Robertson picking up the stage win. Lancaster there in that 2nd spot, coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
And the caution flag will fly for the stage. The proverbial checkered flag, if you will. Brandon Robertson taking the win. That's going to be 10 bonus points for Brandon Robertson, as well as 1 stage point. You know, Steve, we're going to have a lot of cars coming down pit road, filling up, taking tires, getting ready to rock and roll for the remainder of this race.
Definitely. So BJ's going to go down and see if he can grab Brandon Roberts.
There it is.
As after the stage, you see Brandon Roberts, Adam Lancaster, Scott Fritz, Adam Newbert, James Silvers, your top 5, Brad Deere, Joey Dissett, and then you got Gregory, Stephen Thomas, Doug Dill, and Jason Collins, David Sheets, Chris Blanchard, Dustin and Adam Cantwell, your top 15 here at Auto Club for the Buck Kicker 230.
Excuse me, I just choked there. So we were able to get a hold of the crew of the number 2 machine right after they come out of the pits. They are willing to have a word with us.
So right now, Daniel, all the drivers expecting to come down pit road. What do you think they're going to do, sir?
Well, first off, Steve, I think that they are going to all come down pit road. They're going to get 4 good years in Sunoco fuel. If they have any damage on their cars, I've been seeing most of them stay clean and not get any wrecks. Some of them have gotten into the wall. If it was me, I would want to repair that because it could cost the tire to go down. But other than that, all the cars are fine so far that I know of. When we start interviewing drivers, I will ask them and we will get more details.
As you look at Logan Smith going around the pace car there in the 85 car. Pit stops going on right now as your stage has ended.
See a lot of drivers going in. You see the right sides going up. You know, there's a few drivers there that I don't actually know took all 4s. It looked like a few of them took right sides. And we'll throw it back down to Daniel while we get Chris Roberts on the comms here. Daniel, what kind of a difference would that make, just taking right sides over all 4s?
Yeah, so some drivers did take right side tires, as we saw. So the drivers that have 4 good years, it'll be more helpful to them, more grip on the track. The drivers that took right side only, I think they did that because when they go into turns, they'll have more grip on their right side of their car, so and they can get a good run off the turn.
All right, and I believe you've caught up with Brandon Robertson as well.
Hey Brandon, how's the race and how's your car feeling?
Hey, good guys. Yeah, I managed to save a bunch of fuel by clutching and shutting the car off that whole entire run. I knew it was possible, so honestly, there was only one way I was going to win that stage, and that was how to do it. So I don't think I'm going to be too competitive here, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Congratulations on the stage win. Do you think the car needs to get any changes, like make it looser, tighter, or anything like that?
I'd love to make it looser, but I don't know if that's possible with the fixed set.
Well, you know what? Let's say this, Daniel. You're learning. Thank you, Brandon Robertson, for the interview. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thanks.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Bluegrass Reapers, correct?
Yes.
All right, Adam Lancaster, your leader. And then you got Silvers, Newbert, Fritz, and Doucette there. Your top 5. Lancaster choosing the outside for this restart.
Drivers rolling around. You know, we saw that almost all night last night with the trucks. The drivers choosing the outside as the pace car peels down towards pit road, side by side, coming to the green. Field is in the hands of Adam Lancaster as we roll around. Green flag's gonna wave, and Lancaster's gonna be off to a fantastic start.
Definitely, as you saw, Logan Smith earlier mentioned during that, got the lucky dog, got around. But look at the start that Adam Lancaster got. James Silvers in the second spot in the 33. Scott Fritz in third. Then you got a battle with Adam Newbert and Joey Doucette there. A little further back, you see them side by side. It's a hornet's nest and started this race down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As you look right now, you see Lancaster running the high line. Then you look at James Silvers running on the bottom as they come out turn number 4.
Track temperatures changing throughout the night. I wish I'd have caught where they were at earlier in this race. Right now we're looking at a fairly cool, not real hot, not real cool, 69-degree track temperature. That's going to add a lot of grip for these cars. The cooler track on the hotter tires seems to contrast and add quite a lot of grip. You see it there on the screen showing 65-degree air temperature, 69 degrees on the track. That's going to allow these drivers to really peel through these turns once they've got heat in these fresh tires.
Definitely. As the battle's going on pretty well, look at the front pack there. They're kind of single filed out. Then you go back to round about 10th on the board. You see Davis Sheets there running on the bottom. Chris Blanchard in the middle, 3 wide. That is for 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Drivers fighting for position once again early on in the stage start. We saw it at the start of the race. Took them a little bit to get spread out. Once they did, man, they got way spread out. But early on in the race, we saw high line, we saw middle line, we saw bottom line. We saw a little bit of in-between lines being ran as drivers were doing everything they could. We got a car up in the wall.
Car to wall. Let's see here. That might have been Adam, I believe it's Adam Cantwell there in the 63 who got into the outside walls. He dropped a couple positions, now to 18th on the board. Meanwhile, up front, Scott Fritz, he's under attack with James Silvers. Silvers tucks it back underneath them as they go down this back straightaway. And you know, you got to think right now, it's Lancaster and Fritz. They've been on top of the show the first part of this race.
They absolutely have. And you know, I've said it several times over the last couple of weeks. I absolutely love seeing the dirt guys like Scott Fritz running up in the front. You know, I hear a lot of asphalt drivers that race nothing but asphalt that have said, you know, I tried the dirt, I couldn't handle it, I don't know how you guys can do it. And the dirt guys go over to the asphalt and run just as good as the asphalt guys. You see it right now from Scott Fritz. It definitely correlates over as it teaches you a lot more throttle control, teaches you how to be smoother, teaches you how to hold on to the car, especially on tracks where you're running a looser car. And it is doing wonders for Scott Fritz right now, having that knowledge of throttle control.
Look at Joey Dissett there to 16. He put some heavy pressure on James Silvers there in the 33 machine. As you look at Joey, goes to the bottom there in turn number 1, pulls up alongside him. But the run that James Silvers gets off the turns is just remarkable. As they come down the back straightaway, they're closing in on the hip pocket of the 0-1 of Scott Fritz. But, you know, Lancaster, he's starting to pull away a little bit.
Lancaster is pulling away. We saw it in the first stage of the race. Lancaster with a strong car running out there in that clean air up ahead. He doesn't have to worry about, you know, marbles or anything from the tires in the dirty air behind him. That as Fritz, Silvers, Doucette, those guys battling it out for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. They've got to keep that in their mindset. You know, the car's going to drive different back there for them, and it's definitely looking tonight as though these cars like the clean air a lot better.
Joey Dissett and the 33 side by side. That's James Silvers to the inside, Dissett on the outside. As they go into turn number 3, look at him close up on Scott Fritz. Coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And, you know, go a little further back in the action. You see the 2 of Brandon Robertson. He won that stage. He's battling with the 4 of Kenny Yachts there on that inside line. You got to think maybe that's something that's really working for him a little bit. So that lower groove where the top, the higher lines, the higher grooves, you see most everybody running that. He's ran about one of the few that's been keeping it down there.
There's not a lot of them that are, that is for sure. even fewer that are able to make it stick, as he is now going to look towards the high side, and the cars in front are going to shoot down to the bottom here in turns number 3 and 4.
Going a little further back up front, you look at Joey Doucette. He's up 29 spots in that third position at car number 16. Trying to chase down Scott Fritz, who's in second. Look at Fritz now. He's closed up to your race leader, Adam Lancaster, at 0-1. So you got to wonder, is Lancaster saving?
I definitely think Lancaster is saving as he's moved up another groove. Running that higher side is going to help allow these drivers to save on that right front, which is going to allow them to maintain handling of the car. Running the high side seems to scrub the right rear a little bit more. Running the bottom side seems to scrub the right front, as the bottom side makes the car want to push up the track. So you'll probably see a little bit. Lancaster's going to run that extreme top, try to scrub that right rear a little bit more, and then maybe later on shoot the bottom side, scrub the right front, and keep the car balanced. As right now, Scott Fritz is right back up on his back bumper. We're looking back at the 77 of Doug Neal. He's 4 spots to the good from the start of this race, up in 6th.
And you look a little back behind him. You see Brad Neer, he's in 8th position. Gregory in 9th. And David Sheets in 10th. That's your top 10 right now. As David Sheets is running that bottom line, looking to the inside of the 18. Gregory Carrico there. Carrico. So,
There you go.
there you go. I thought I got it right. There you go. Brandon Robertson also in the mix there. He's currently in 10th. Travis Twitty, he's in 12th with Stephen Thomas directly behind him. Twitty running the bottom there. Getting a good run off the turn, down the back straightaway.
Joey Doucette in the 16 was able to get second place away from Scott Fritz on the outside. He is actually 30 spots to the good if he gets second. Scott Fritz is going to take second place back and take a shot at the lead on the inside of Adam Lancaster.
You got to think about this. Now look at Fritz all the way down there on the bottom. Trying to make it as straight as possible.
Fritz using that apron that is legal here at these tracks. You can't do it at super speedways, but at these other tracks, you'll see it used quite a bit. Auto Club here tonight being one of them. That, he's making the straightaways as straight as possible, but he is doing a lot of wear on his tires every time he moves down there.
Well, BJ, let's do a little pop quiz. So, I said a car went around under the stage, got a wave around. Who was that driver?
If I remember correctly, that would be Yance. In the 4 machine, you saw him back there on your screen. If I remember correctly. And the caution flag is going to wave. Not sure what that one is for.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at your instant replay. Look at Mo Abbott there. Some contact, and he goes sliding across the track. That will bring out the caution.
Looks like he has a little bit of contact with, I'm not sure who that was, but looks like he had a little bit of contact with another driver, which caused him to get loose, head down to the inside. Looks like the 15
of Dustin. Comes along, just comes down, makes some contact with the 48. Well, BJ, under caution, these drivers more likely coming down pit road.
Yeah, definitely. If I was in those shoes, I'd be coming down. I'd be topping off, but I would not be taking tires yet. I still feel it's too early to take another set of tires. We see now here comes the entire field. It looks like heading down pit road, led by Adam Lancaster.
Well, Daniel, you see all the drivers coming down pit road. What do you think's
Yeah,
going through their head right now?
yeah. So, I'm thinking that they are going to save the tires. I think it's a little too early to get some tires yet. They still have a lot of tire wear left on those tires. Um, I do expect them to get a splash of Sunoco fuel and repairing damages to their cars as needed. And yeah, I think that's basically it.
Well, you look coming back on the track. First off the track is Doug Dill off of pit road. Then you have Kenny Yance, and then you got Adam Lancaster coming off on third out of the pits with Joey Dissett and Gregory Carico. And BJ, who was the lucky dog?
The lucky dog, I believe, would be the 55 of Tony Stevens would be the lucky dog here. As he is one of the drivers that did not pit. A lot of these drivers did not pit so they could get the free pass or the wave around. If all the lead lap cars go down pit road, the cars that do not pit, they'll pull up behind the pace car. When they get the 1 to green signal, they will get waved around the pace car to catch up to the back of the field. But Tony Stevens looks like he's going to wave that right and head down pit road.
Well, Doug Dill wins the battle off of pit road. You see the 46 and the 71 ahead of him. That's
Looking at. Go ahead.
That's Sean. And let's see here. And the
Looking
71. That's Mike Bryson getting the wave around. As lights go out.
Looking at the pit stops, it looks like it's going to be Doug Neal, Kenny Yance going to start 1 and 2. It does not look as though they took tires, but Lancaster, Doucette, Fritz, Newbert, and Silvers look as though they all took 4 tires, and believe that's Carrico in the 18 did not take tires by the looks of it, looking at their pit times. So that's definitely going to play a big factor here. You're going to see those drivers get a big run. Doug Neal and Kenny Yance, if they are on older tires, you're going to see them fall back really quickly here. Just kind of get freight trained by everybody behind them. They're going to be fighting for everything they've got to stay up there.
All right. Out of turn number 4, you're going to see that pace car make the hard left-hand turn. The field's in the hands of Doug Neal and Kenny Yance. Green flag is back out as Doug Dill gets a good start there. You see the 4, Kenny Yance tucks in underneath them. Lancaster on the inside of the 16 of Joey Dissett there. Now Lancaster to the lead, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway.
You're seeing the effects of the older tires versus the newer tires already. Doug Neal still holding on to that second position right now. But here comes the 16 of Doucette to the inside. 77 of Neal just kind of getting swarmed by all these fresh tires around him as they're just absolutely flying by, and he is holding on for all it's worth.
Wow. Okay. Hold on. What? Looking at the YouTube page of the Bluegrass. Okay. That's kind of weird to see that on there. But Adam Lancaster, your race leader, he was strong the first half of the race. Now he's taken off with Joey Dissett in second, Scott Fritz in third. James Silvers in that fourth position. Adam Newbert in fifth. As you look at the 0-1 battling with Silvers there. Silvers in the hip pocket of Scott Fritz. But look at Joey Doucette. He's getting that bottom working for him as they come out of turn number 2 down this back straightaway.
Yeah, absolutely is. You know, it seems the later the race goes, the more that inside's starting to work for drivers. Earlier on in the race, it wasn't there at all by the looks of it.
3 wide there. That's Brad Neer, Tyler Stevens. And there's Adam Cantwell in the 63 machine. As we're looking a little further back in the pack, you see a lot of good 2 wide racing all over the racing surface. 3 wide there. Meanwhile, up front, it's Lancaster, Doucette, Fritz, Silvers, Newbert, your top 5.
Top 5 pulling away from the field now. They themselves are spread out a little bit even.
The 33 machine of James Silvers. He looks like he's under attack now by Adam Newbert. Newbert in that 17. Looking a little strong right now. And just look how low Doucette goes in the turn.
Doucette really trying to make that inside line stick. Trying to get the run down into the corners. Hurts him a little bit on the straightaways. He is making it work right now. You see Scott Fritz and Lancaster stay up on the outside. Sorry, Doucette on the inside there. I think I said Lancaster there, but Doucette is going to get the run on Lancaster. He's got the lead going across the line there. I'm getting tongue-tied tonight, Steve.
Oh, we can tell. Lancaster on outside to set now. Look at the battle for the race lead. Out of turn number 2, Doucette getting that run, but Lancaster trying to hold on the outside there. Scott Fritz in 3rd, Adam Newbert in 4th. Then you got James Silvers in 5th. Stephen Thomas, Michael Robinson, Gregory Perico, Jason Collins, and Travis Twitty, your top 10.
Lancaster with that strong run earlier, he was starting to pull away, and now Fritz is back up to his back bumper. He's already let Doucette get by him. I don't know if Lancaster is saving or if he's already ran it too hard earlier, and the guys behind him have the stronger tires right now. There is a huge gap between 5th and 6th places. These guys are just running away from the rest of the field, Steve.
Definitely they are. You see them coming down the back straightaway. And to turn number 3 to set your race leader now. Look at the bottom, but here comes Lancaster battling back up on outside. Out of turn number 4. Lancaster gets into the outside wall. Look at Fritz now. Fritz will go to the inside of Lancaster. This is a battle for second at the line. Give it to Fritz. As Lancaster made a little mistake, touched the outside wall, and
just like that, the door was opened. Lancaster now falling back even further. He is under attack for 3rd and now loses it to Newbert in the 17 machine. These drivers pushing it, giving it everything they've got as we are coming down to the closing stages of this race. 40 to go, 39 when we come across the line.
39 to go when we hit the line. You look at the set now. Starting to pull away a tad bit as Scott Fritz in that 2nd spot. Adam Newbert. James Silvers gets around Adam Lancaster. At Lancaster, you got to think, making contact with the outside wall has to upset that car a little bit with that damage. I bet he can't wait to go down pit road and try to make it a little bit, try to get a little bit of repairs on.
Yeah, definitely. He got that wall pretty hard. He's probably got quite a bit of aero damage down that right side of the car. Hopefully for his sake, as hard as he got that wall, he didn't knock the alignment out of his tires.
Let's look at this, see if we can. we're on board with Adam Lancaster there. As he's on the hip pocket of the 33 of James Silver. Silvers goes to the inside. Good battle as Joey Doucette continues to lead Scott Fritz and Adam Newbert.
Doucette with a strong run right now, out to a lead only by about 0.3 of a second over Fritz. Fritz sticking right there with him, keeping him honest. The battle going on right now is for third between Newbert and Silvers.
So you look at Joey Doucette running the bottom line. Scott Fritz running the middle line. Then you got third, Adam Newbert, James Silvers, Lancaster, your top five. Stephen Thomas, Michael Robinson, and Jason Collins. And we do got caution on the track.
Caution is out. It's looking like it's going to be Logan Smith involved in this one.
As we took a look at your instant replay, Logan Smith there in the 85 machine. Looks like got some help from the 4. And that's Kenny Yance there.
And they just continue crashing on through the turn. Several drivers getting involved in this one. See Kenny Yance there on the outside.
You look at him. Logan Smith just comes across the nose.
Yeah, Yance just kind of an innocent bystander there. Gets stuck with nowhere to go.
And then you see the 9 getting in the back of him. That's Bryce Hunter. But heavy damage to Logan Smith's machine. As BJ, these drivers are all coming down pit road.
Everybody heading down. Some of these drivers were still on the old tires from their last pit cycle. Or from the pit cycle before last, rather. They're definitely for sure going to be looking for tires. The rest of these guys, probably all of them, going to take tires and look towards the end of this race. I don't believe. No, there's no way they're going to make it to the end of the race. Honestly, with looking at 20 to 24 laps on fuel.
Well, right now, Brandon Robertson is your race leader. Joey Doucette in second. James Silvers, Adam Newbert, and Scott Fritz, your top 5. Adam Lancaster now coming out pit road, scored as 15th. So he had to get some of that damage fixed there. Mo Abbott in 16th. Well, Daniel, we saw him do some pit stops there. You know, you got to think, the people who short pitted on the last pit stop, they had to get 4 fresh tires this time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. In the long run, I think this is going to hurt them. Just because the people on the new tires that are just recently got new tires, they're going to have a better advantage over the drivers that have the old tires.
All right. Let's bring pit road reporter Daniel. Well, BJ, it's been eventful so far.
It definitely has been eventful. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who's going to pull one out. As Brandon Robertson stayed pretty quiet most of the first stage, ended up winning it at the end. And now, Steve, he's back in the lead again.
He is. You know, Bryce Hunter is out of the race. He blew up. So, tough luck for that young man. We'll look forward to seeing him in the booth tomorrow night. As lights are out on the pace truck, or pace car, we're fixing to go back to green flag racing here.
It looks like they might have shortened the caution there, trying to keep things rolling. So this time by, the pace car is going to be peeling into the pits. Robertson rather is going to choose the inside line. Doucette on his outside. Scott Fritz falls back to the 5th position on the inside after that pit cycle.
You look, the pace car is in. We're back to racing. As Brandon Robertson, he's on a loud pedal. He's taking off there. The set on his outside. 3 wide, going for 3rd there. Up to 2nd. Look at Fritz. Fritz battling with James Silvers at the 16 of Joey Doucette as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as that sun's beating down on that track.
It absolutely is. Track temperature still changing throughout the night. Only got about a 1 degree difference. It's actually cooling down right now. These drivers are going to be able to push their cars harder and harder as the night goes on if it continues the way that it's going. Meaning these lap times are only going to get faster as we get new tires throughout this race. We're probably going to be looking towards one more pit stop to the end of the race. Our top 3 right now is Brandon Robertson out to a sizable lead over James Silver, Scott Fritz, Joe Doucette, and Adam Newbert in 5th.
Good racing going on a little further back in the pack lot. 2 wide action. You look there, the 3 of Jason Collins to the inside of the 23 of Stephen Thomas. Then you see David Sheets in the 06 and Darius Boyd in the 10 machine. He's battling with David Sheets in the 06.
A lot of battling going on back through the field as we got a couple 3 wide battles going on. We look now back at Adam Lancaster. He is falling all the way back to
17th of the board.
17th, and he is looking to work his way through. Not sure if he got maybe a penalty on that last one, as he had a 21-second pit stop. Actually, I'd say, Steve, thinking about it, he did hit the wall earlier. He might have been taking repairs. We did see him fall back to 5th from 2nd very quickly when he got into the wall.
Definitely did. Now you look at the 17, Adam Newbert. He's under attack. Look at Jason Collins to his inside. On his outside is Joey Doucette there. The 17 of Newbert. And Silver's now battling for 3rd.
Looking to go 3 wide for 3rd. There was a little bit of contact between Newbert and Doucette. I believe that was. No, that was Jason Collins on the inside in that battle for 3rd and 4th and 5th.
And if you're watching on the Bluegrass YouTube page, I do apologize for what's going on there. I have no clue. So maybe one of the admins could take care of that for you. But you look at the 16 machine of Joey Doucette battling with James Silvers. Silvers on the outside. Collins behind Silvers there. And you got to wonder, BJ, the outside line or the inside? Where do you start to choose when you get later on in this race? What's better?
I think right now I'd be sticking to that high side. I'd be trying to save that right front because you're going to need all the steer tires you can get coming to the end of this race. If you're able to save at all and have a chance, maybe possibly a very slight chance of going to the end of the race right now, you're going to want to be saving your steer tires as much as possible.
Definitely see a lot of side-by-side action up front. Jason Collins, he gets a little push from Darius Boyd there in the 10 machine. Now Collins gets a good run. He pulls alongside the 0-1 of Fritz. Coming out of the turn down the back or front straightaway. They look a little further back, 3 wide. You see Gregory Carrico and the 33 of Michael Robinson and James Silver's there.
Still a lot of battling going on. We see it every time we come back from the caution. Drivers going hard at it. Looking right now still at the 18 machine of Carrico. You know, he is 12 spots to the good. Having a great race coming together for him as he's going to take over that 4th position and looking for more here in the later stages of this race.
And then you look at James Silvers. He's in 9th now with Adam Newbert. And then look at Travis Twitty making it 3 wide. Travis Twitty has it going into the turn. To his outside is Adam Newbert. But, you know, you talk about it. Brandon Robertson, your race leader, he's way out front. Look at Jason Collins now up to 2nd with Scott Fritz and Gregory Carrico. They're in that 4th spot. You know, Collins, he was your pole sitter, fell back early in the race. Now coming to 26 laps to go, he's back up there where it counts.
Definitely looks as though he was trying to just buy time or relax back there in the field and keep the car clean for this later stage run. As well as Brandon Robertson starting all the way back in, I believe, 17th position, leading the way. But Collins is actually catching him, and Carrick is right there on the heels of Collins as well.
As Carrico goes down to the bottom there. And look at this. Both those drivers, Collins and Gregory, they have caught up to your race leader. Now, Brandon Robinson. If you're sitting there at Brandon Robinson, do you play defensive mode or you let these fast guys by?
I think at this stage of the race, knowing that we're most likely going to have to pit again, I would play it safe. I would not take any chances. I would let them go, let them fight it out, and try to tag on the back of them, try to get some of that draft off them to keep up with them as much as possible. And I'd be heading for a pit road here soon to get that money stop and get rolling to the end of the race.
Now you look at Collins, he took the lead, but now look at Gregory Carrico there takes the lead. Carrico in an 18 machine. Collins closes the gap out, turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Carrico and Collins, 1-2. Brandon Robertson now back to 3rd. Then you got Darius Boyd, who's up to 4th. He's up 27 spots. And then you got Scott Fritz and Michael Robinson there. It is still trying to make something happen as we're coming to the closing stages of the Butt Kicker 230 here at Auto Club.
Darius Boyd leading that second pack. They're actually starting to catch the top 3 little by little right now as the top 3 battling it out. We're slowing each other down just a little bit, giving chances to these guys. As Brandon Robertson, he's going to head down pit road.
Brandon Robertson, 2 machine, heading down pit road, making his pit stop. And you got to think, BJ, with 22 to go, he making his pit stop. That's going to be a pretty good pit strategy, don't you think?
I definitely think it would be. It's about the same pit strategy I think I would have ran, trying to get in there now, get the 4 fresh tires, get fuel, get onto the track as fast as possible. Brandon Robertson is indeed going to take all 4 tires. We got more drivers calling out pit stops, Adam Lancaster being one of them, getting ready to head down pit road this time. Carrico are still our current race leader.
Well, Fritz, Dissett, Thomas, Lancaster, Deal, Cantwell, all down pit road to make their final stops of the night as Gregory Carrico continues to lead here at Auto Club. And you got to think, he's up 15 spots at the start of the race. You got Jason Collins, your pole sitter tonight. In second, Darius Boyd, who's up 28 spots. Michael Robinson He started 6th. He's up to 5th because Mo Abbott just got around him in the 48 machine as Michael Robinson, Chris, Adam Newbert, James Silvers, Travis Twitty, Kitty Yance, all making their final pit stop coming down pit road.
Our top 3 probably looking to do a short pit, trying to get around as fast as possible. Maybe only take 2 tires, maybe take no tires to the end of the race. Just get in, get a 7-8 second pit stop, get fuel, and get on the track as fast as possible. Darius Boyd in his last pit stop back on lap number 80 of this race, he's only got a 5-second pit stop. That means he only took fuel on that last one, and he has shown that those tires are still good on that car. He's probably going to be taking 4 tires, but I wonder if anybody else is looking at this and thinking this might be a valid strategy to not take tires and still have a competitive car.
Definitely. As Gregory Carico continues to lead Jason Collins now. He's under attack by Darius Boyd. Chris Blanchard. He is up to 4th. Then you got Dustin there in 5th. There's Dustin in the 15 machine. These drivers already made pit stops. They're flying around, these drivers, with that fresh rubber. Well, BJ must have fell asleep. No.
Now I was catching up with looking at the position of where our previous leaders were at in comparison to the field for a second, taking a mental note of all of it. All the way up to 9th place right now with Brandon Robertson is a lap down. You saw him go by Collins.
Collins coming down the pit road now.
Collins is heading down pit road. Those drivers that pitted earlier, they're going to be working around trying to get their lap back before the leaders pit to have the best chance possible of getting those lead positions back with as big a gap as possible. As Collins sheets both down pit road right now, Boyd, Carico, Blanchard, Slider, Robinson, all still have yet to pit.
Brad Neer moves up to that 5th position. You got Michael Roberts, Brandon Robertson, and Scott Fritz, your top 10. You got to wonder how long can Gregory Carico stay out as Darius Boyd comes down pit road. Gives up his second spot. Chris Blanchard moves to 2nd. Then it should be Brad Neer. He's currently running 5th. Should take over that 3rd spot down the front straightaway with Michael Robinson, Michael Robinson and Brandon Robertson.
At this point, if I'm Gregory Carico, I've already ran too long, in my opinion, as Brandon Robertson is already back in the hunt to get his lap back before Carico pits. I'll be watching that relative, and I'll be watching it real close and making sure that he doesn't get too close to me, as Robertson does, in fact, unlap himself. I'd have had to pit before he unlapped himself to give myself as much time as possible to get in and back out onto the track.
Well, there you see your race leader. That is Gregory Carico there in the 18. Then 2nd place is Chris Blanchard as Brad Neer's in the pits, scored as 3rd. Then you got Michael Robinson there. He moves up to 3rd with Brandon Robertson in 4th, and Scott Fritz now in 5th. Now Fritz, he pitted. He has those fresh tires. Does he have anything for the others?
You know, that is a really good question. Brandon Robertson, Scott Fritz, those drivers there on fresh tires. Michael Robinson does not take tires. He's running right there with them. You see him there in the, saw him back there in the 88 machine. You see on screen now, the 48 of Mo Abbott and the 1 of Lancaster. They're quickly trying to work their way through the field on slightly fresher tires, just a couple of laps difference. Not going to make a big difference between them and Brandon Robertson coming to the end of the race, but we know how strong that number 1 machine of Adam Lancaster's been all night long.
Well, we are on 13 laps to go as Gregory Carrico there, your race leader, Chris Blanchard, way back there on the back straightaway in second in that 19 machine. And you got to wonder, let's pull this up here. Gregory Carrico makes his pit stop, and so does Chris Blanchard. Coming down pit road. Look at Brandon Robertson. He made a pit stop a little earlier. Robinson with 5 stops on the night. Currently sitting at that 3rd spot there. As they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
Robertson and Fritz sitting good for the race win right now for the podium, as Fritz is going to take the lead through the front straightaway over Robertson. Robertson had it passing our previous leaders as they sat in the pits. Those drivers did take tires, which at this stage, running as late as they did and letting these guys catch up to them as much as they did, I gotta say, I don't think that was the best decision.
Well, Scott Fritz resumes the race lead with Brandon Robertson in second. Joey Doucette, he's up to 3rd. That is your top 3. Then you have the 83. That is Chris.
I don't know. Berguis? I don't know.
They told you last week, you can't remember?
I cannot. I'm going to look, see if it's in our pronunciations list over here.
There you go. Michael Robinson there in 5th. Adam Lancaster now back up to 6th. Bo Abbott, James Silvers, Stephen Thomas, Darius Boyd, your top 10. As you look at Lancaster looking to the inside of the 88 of Michael Robinson there. Scott Fritz, your race leader. Brandon Robertson in 2nd. Robertson picked up the stage win tonight. You see Adam Lancaster a little further back in that 1 machine. He was strong, made contact with that outside wall, fell back, had to make a little lengthier pit stop under that last caution, and now he's trying to rebound.
Unfortunately, I did not figure out how to pronounce his name in there, so he did not put it in there. But
is it Le Bourgeois or something like that?
Le Bourgeois. Hey, look at you go, Steve.
And Scott Fritz is your race leader, coming to on 9 laps to go here.
I'm so proud right now.
You made my memory bank have to start jiggling, and I said, my accent won't allow me to say it correctly. I use that. Hey, we'll get there. Joey Doucette there in that 2nd spot now, getting around Brandon Robertson. That's for 2nd. Joey Doucette in 19. You gotta wonder, has he been saving enough stuff there with 8 laps to go to put on a good hard battle with Scott Fritz?
Definitely a very valid question. Doucette making a quick charge back up there with Who's that behind him? My screen went blurry. That would be the 17 machine of Newbert. Newbert a lap down, but giving him that push through the back straightaway back down there. Nope, that would be the front straightaway. I got all sorts of stuff because I knocked stuff off my desk.
Okay. So Scott Fritz is your race leader. Joey Doucette in second. Brandon Robertson, your top three. Then you got Chris and then Adam Lancaster, your top five. Lancaster, does he have anything for your top four? As they're coming to 6 to go this time. Scott Fritz, will you pick up his first win of the season?
Definitely looking good in his favor right now. Doucette back on that line. We saw it working for him earlier. He's down on the inside. He closes the gap a little bit on Fritz there through turns 1 and 2. But Fritz with the outside line momentum gets it right back down the back straightaway. Going into turn number 3. Doucette back on the inside. Fritz still up on the outside.
A little further back, Brandon Robertson has fallen back a little bit. As Chris is right behind him, starting to close in. Chris up 24 spots. Joey Doucette, who's in second, he's up 30 spots. Scott Fritz, he started third tonight, currently leading. 5 laps to go. Your Buck Kicker, 5 laps to go. You're watching the Buck Kicker 230 here at Auto Club.
Another fantastic race getting ready to wrap up as we'll be 4 to go this time around. Fritz still leading, Doucette second, Robertson third, Le Bourgeois fourth, and Lancaster in fifth. Drivers have been running up front all night long with Le Bourgeois thrown in the midst. Back there in fourth. He's been silent all night long, Steve, and shown up here in the final stage of this race.
Yes, he is. 4 laps to go. You look at Joey Doucette. He's right about a car length back from Scott Fritz. Into the turn there. Scott Fritz goes to the bottom. So does Joey Doucette. That's where their car is feeling the most comfortable. Watch him come out of the turn, down the front straightaway. This is where Doucette starts to slowly reel in Scott Fritz.
Fritz doing everything he can, trying to make that front straightaway as straight and as short as possible. It is a great big D shape here at Auto Club. Going to the inside, but Doucette rather, able to maintain that momentum as he is now on the inside of Fritz coming out of turn number 4. Fritz gets the 2. Fritz gets the run out of 2. Doucette with the push behind from Newbert down the back straightaway.
Well, they're coming out of turn number 4. They're single file, nose to tail. Coming to 2 laps to go. For Scott Fritz in that 0-1 machine. Joey Doucette in second. Brandon Robertson, your top 3. As you look at Doucette, good exit there. Down the back straightaway. They're about dead even down the back straightaway. But he gets a little push from the 17. Look at that, BJ.
A fantastic show from the 17 to get that run on Fritz. Fritz closes the door. Fritz has been saving those steer tires for the last several laps since he pitted. He's been running the high side, scrubbing the right rear, saving his right front. So he's going to start going to the inside and taking the line away from Doucette that Doucette has been running to get up to him. This is going to make it extremely difficult for Doucette as Doucette's going to take a look to the outside now.
Doucette on the outside of Scott Fritz as they go down the back straightaway for the final lap. Fritz tried to hold him off down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Doucette right there in his hip pocket. Gets along the bumper, makes a little contact there, gets Fritz a little loose. Out of turn number 4. Look out, here we go. It's going to be Joey Doucette with the last turn pass to pick up the win. Scott Fritz will come home second. Brandon Robertson third. Chris LeBourgeois in fourth. And Darius Boyd picking up your top 5. What a good finish. Joey Doucette waiting to the last turn to make that little bump and run for the pass.
Got to be one of the best bump and runs I have seen on iRacing. What a move. Scott Fritz coming up. Looks like he's going to give him a little love tap from behind. A congratulatory bump from Scott Fritz. Good job by Scott Fritz to hold on to the car. A lot of people would have lost it there, but I think the dirt background coming into play is our official results coming on screen now as Doucette stops getting the celebration ready here. Joey Doucette coming home with the win for Misfit Motorsports and Swim Motorsports. Scott Fritz coming home in second for T-Berry Motorsports. And you got Brandon Robertson, Chris LeBourgeois, Darius Boyd, Mo Abbott, Adam Lancaster, Jason Collins, Stephen Thomas, and Travis Twitty rounding out your top 10, Steve.
James Silvers, Dustin Sluter. And then you got Michael Robinson, Kenny Yance, Chris Blanchard, David Sheets, Adam Cantwell, Tyler Evans, Mike Bryson, and then you got Adam Newbert rounding out your top 10.
Then you got Tony Stevenson, Tony Iverson, Sean Kostritza, Justin Lumpkin, Brad Neer, Gregory Carico, Doug Neal, Bryce Hunter, Logan Smith, Justin Winters, your top 30. And then rounding out the field is going to be Robert Richards, Radburn Shutters, and Brett Neal. Brett Neal did not take the grid here tonight. Nielsen did not take the grid here tonight. Another fantastic race in the books as we wait for the drivers to get up here to the
4 post-race interviews. You know, you give it up for Joey Doucette. That last turn, the last little bump there, he saved it all for that last lap. Comes home victorious here tonight. So let's see here. Do we have the drivers?
we have.
All right. Picking up the win tonight. You waited to the last turn, the last lap, a little bump and run. Joey, congratulations.
I think I'm having a heart attack.
Well,
was that intense? Was that intense or what? Was that a good show for you guys?
That was definitely a good show. Something I was not expecting, I can tell you that. So you definitely put on a hard, good show there to pick up the, the first win of the season, for your team and you.
Yep. Yeah. It was them last 10 laps with Scott. I knew I was running him down. I knew I could get to him. I did it in other runs during the race. Got there, he was blocking, and I don't want to wreck the guy. That's not how I race. Last lap came up, he came down. I let off, got into him. He got a little sideways. I got underneath, made the pass. Then I think he did a side swipe, tried to do not a side swipe, but a undercut and try to get another drive down. But I eventually held them off and whoo.
Well, it was definitely interesting there. I mean, you're up 31 spots.
Yeah,
I mean, you came from deep in the field.
Yeah, I didn't qualify. Somebody said that the top 10 wasn't going to finish tonight, and I was like, I'll start in the back. I didn't even qualify. I just took my time. Did a couple of pit strategies to get myself up there. Got a couple of stage points there at the end, and then we discovered that we were going to be a little bit short pitted. Scott came in front of me. He did the same strategy, and we were just off like a rocket. I don't think anybody was going to touch us at the end.
Definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Misfits, Kinder, uh, Huffman Designs, Bluegrass, you guys, Jason, Blanchard's Towing, and without my teammates, I got a bunch of them. It's Adam, Robbie, Chris. Taylor didn't show up. Jay Lump was in there tonight. Justin Lumpkin. He made these awesome paints for me too, for the trucks and here. Great guy. Also, but other than that, I'm lost in words right now. I was like, the thing is like I'm the truck champion from past season, and Jason's like, you're ready to step up, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't think I'm at your level, and this right here, he proved me wrong. I was like, I can hang with the big boys. Now the next step is the cup. So I'll see what I can do here, and then the next step, see if I can be competitive. I mean, Bluegrass is the league you need to be in. If you're not in this league, you're not having fun.
All right, you heard it right here from Joey. Joey, congratulations. Calm down, celebrate your win, and we'll see you next Tuesday night.
All right, guys. See you later. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. BJ's caught up with your second place finisher tonight, Scott Fritz.
That's right, Scott. Another strong run, another strong finish, bringing it home in second in that 01 machine. What an incredible finish. What an incredible way to bring that thing home in second.
Yeah, it was a good race. It's just was doing everything I could to hold Joey off there at the end, and he did what he had to do. And it was just, I'm glad he didn't just dump me or run me over. It was just classic bump and run. It was just good hard racing.
It absolutely was a fantastic job holding on to that car. You know that you see it happen. People try it on iRacing all the time, and the car that gets bumped for the run you don't always see them able to hold on to it. How difficult was that car to keep under you when you got that bump?
Yeah, that's the one nice thing about these cars is you can almost drift an entire corner, and you can really hang on to the car. And he loosened me up there a little bit, and I kind of got out of the gas, and then the second hit when I kind of got out of the gas is what really got me sideways, and I got it saved and was chasing it down the track and almost ended up accidentally turning him into the outside wall, and that wouldn't have been very good, but still came home second, and good points day. Should have the point lead after this, so it was overall a good night. Good day for the team. Brandon, two guys, the Bluegrass Reapers on the podium with Brandon in third, so it was a good night.
Absolutely it was. And we saw it, drivers pitting right around lap number 20, 22 I believe it was, which put them short of the halfway point for the stage. Were you guys cutting it close? Was it looking like you're going to have to two-pit before the stage, or did you have a strategy in mind going after that?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a strategy. We knew we were going to have to probably save a set of tires, so we pretty much just went hard and pitted there on like 20, 22, because 22 is about a max fuel run, and pitted around 22, and then stretched it pretty much again, and then just a splash and go, no tires there for the second stop before the stage break, and it worked out. Brandon was along a little different strategy. He likes to play the fuel strategy really good, and he one stopped it and barely made it and got him to win the stage, so that was good for him. And then he kept with it and still came home third, and all four of our cars are in the top 10.
Like, fantastic job again. Go ahead and thank your sponsor shout-outs, everybody who gets you up there.
Yeah, obviously my boys at T-Berry Motorsports and everything. Everything they do for me, and Majul C Speed Shop and everything on the dirt side. My guys with the Bluegrass Reapers on this for the Xfinity team, Brandon, Jason, and Mo, and all coming in the top 10 tonight. 2 cars on the podium. Frankie's spotting tonight. He's one of the best spotters in the business. Always good spotting me. Then obviously Wrath ATV, UTV, Butt Kicker, 605 Racing and Tire Solutions, UNOH, my mom and dad, and my girlfriend watching at work.
Congratulations again on your second place finish. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night in the Cup Series.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, I believe.
All right,
Steve.
coming home in third is Brandon Robertson. You won that stage. On that final restart, you was on the front row. They just got you at the end.
Yeah, it was pure luck. I mean, the name of the game today was fuel strategy and pit strategy, and honestly, I didn't have the pace to finish top 10 really, but it just worked out for me that I was saving fuel in the end there, and yeah, there was a caution at like the perfect time. I ended up just staying out. I knew that was going to give me enough to go one pit from there, and was doing really good. And then Scott and Joey just dragged me back. They were quick, and then I had a front row seat for the finish, so that was pretty cool.
Definitely. I mean, good racing all night long. And at the closing laps, when when Joey gave a little bump and run, I mean, your eyes got light up a little bit because you see the action going on. You're like, in your head, you got to be thinking this could be dangerous or it could be victorious. I mean, you were there in a hot seat right there watching.
That's okay. I'm good with that. Honestly, I mean, I couldn't do a green and white checkered. I didn't have enough fuel to do a green and white checkered, so I wanted to at least get to the white. And I saw Joey kind of reeling Scott in, and I mean, I knew anything could happen. I mean, it is what it is. So I kept the pedal down, and I was ready to make evasive action if something happened, and I was going to be completely fine with the win if both of them wrecked each other. So maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
No sponsors. Just want to thank Bluegrass. I started season 1 with Bluegrass in kind of the beginning, and honestly, I never thought it was going to grow to this big. And I took a couple seasons off, and it's good to see that there's now 4 series that have really good car counts. So it's just good to see it grow.
Definitely. All right, Brandon Robertson coming home in that third place. We're off next weekend, but we'll see you the week after.
Take it easy. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. All right, you've been watching the Buck Kicker 230 here, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve McMillan, BJ Duvall, and Daniel Paulus. We're going to say good night, God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series.